this is Kimberly Purpoz and welcome to my channel. Today I want to do a different video. I guess I want to talk about movies again. My daughter, like I said, and I, Autumn, we have these serious talks of topics. We talk about different stuff, about different movies and stuff, and our views and stuff, and apply to everyday living. About relationships and stuff like that. But we talked about this time. Maybe one day I'm gonna have to put my daughter up. We have to do a video together because she has a YouTube channel as well, and where we talk about our views and stuff. But there's one movie that we were talking about, which is Love and Basketball. We talked about that because in that movie, I don't know if you all remember it. I think it was out, I want to say, was that out in, I want to say it's either out in the late 90s or early 2000s or something like that. But for those folks who are young or whoever don't remember, is y'all should check it out. It's a okay movie. I think it sort of showed the black woman's perspective about dating and relationships during that time period, I guess. But now looking at it, I see how my daughter sort of pointed out, it looked like she's chasing after this boy who had like he's not interested in her. They had like a little friend, they had a good friendship growing up, and they dated a little bit when they were 12, and then they sort of fooled around with each other in high school and dated in college, and then they went their separate ways. And at the end of the video, like I was saying before, you know, he gets injured and he stops playing professional basketball, and her career, when his career went down, her career went up and she became a professional basketball player. But we were both talking about how it seemed like he only was interested when he became broke or not as successful. How come he didn't like her when wanted to be with her when he was doing so well and was successful, and she chased him, and he didn't want to be halfway bothered with her, and he only wanted to be with her when she became successful. You know, her career started taking off and they have a family together, and once again it's the woman taking care of the man. And so that's what we're saying, is adds to the stereotype that black women, all we good for is working hard and taking care of others, and nobody taking care of us or being there for us and seeing us as a prize. And no, and once again, you know, for some reason makes it seem like the black male is the prize, and black men need to realize that they're not the prize. The woman is. The role is that you're supposed to be the protector and the provider of the family, and it shouldn't be the woman doing it all by herself or doing everything. And it's not supposed to be that way, and it's not intended to be that way. And you know, if y'all don't realize, that's what goes back to the submission, you know, why it's so hard for black women to submit. It's because they don't have that security, and that is so very needed, and that's why I feel like it's lacking for a lot of black women. And that movie just gave an example again of how it reiterates for black women, or teaches us that, hey, you know, you supposed to chase the man. No, we're not supposed to. We are actually the prize. It was always intended for us to be women. We are women. We're not a man. It's like they always stereotyping us as this big old strong woman, and that's supposed to take care of everybody. No, it's not. It was not naturally we're not supposed. It was never intended that way. We are the nurturers. Okay, we supposed to have our femininity back, and it's like we're constantly being stripped. So that's what I'm talking about. And then they never show us being with strong, powerful men, or it was like that when they had the success and power, they don't want to be bothered with us, and then all of a sudden when they at their lowest, they want to finally get us, and then we scraping the crumb in the barrel to get, you know, to pull him up, and you know, when we worked hard to build ourselves up. But that's just my opinion. I'm just going on and on, but it's my views. And my daughter had a point. I agree with her on a lot of things, especially with that movie. I used to think it was the best love story ever, but it also shows how if you look at it, she limited her prospects. Her friend, who's a professional basketball player with her, went to Spain, and she was a professional ball player. She opened up her prospects and looked at all men. And for her, she never looked at her open up her prospects. She just limited herself to African American men instead of seeing what else is out there. And when you do that, you settle. And that's why I got another video about should black women settle. That's what happens. You settle for less. When you don't open up your prospects, you settle for the least, you know, or you limit your prospects of men. When you open up your prospects, it's just, if you look at statistics, the more people you open up your prospects to, the better choices you have to choose from. Like in research, if you go in and get in a sample, you get a larger sample, the best outcome you're going to get in your research. But when it comes to in statistics in general, the larger sample size that you get, the better choices you're going to have to choose from. But when you limit yourself, you're never going to get a good prospect. You know, it's going to be limited. Like if you go fishing, let's say if you go into the ocean and cast the net, the bigger the net is and the further out it is, the better catch you'll get. If you got a tiny net in a limited area and you toss it, you're going to get a small group and you're not going to get as much to choose from, and you never upped your standards. So that's what I'm saying. And this movie is a perfect example of how she settled. No telling who she could have gotten if she opened up her options when she was in Spain and not settle for that man that was here in the U.S. But that's my prospects on it. I think Love and Basketball just gave a snapshot of what was going on in the 90s. How we supposed to have this loyalty to only our ethnicity, and that we only supposed to only date African American men. And we shouldn't have to. You're supposed to date out and open up all your options, you know, to get a better choice. African American men are doing it for themselves, and it's high time as we as African American women do it for ourselves, and nobody judges for it at all. Because if they can do it, we can do it too. You know, educated black men get the best of the bunch, and we should get the best of the bunch of ourselves too. And think more highly of ourselves and get what we're worth. Like I said, we are the prize, and we should be cherished. You know, if you're a good person, you should deserve a good person. I mean, why settle for less and end up with a thug or someone that has nothing to offer you? You worked hard to become that doctor, that lawyer, that executive. You worked hard to build yourself to be the best that you can be, only to settle down with a fry cook. Really? I'm sorry. And you know, men like to have the dominating factor, and they want to be in charge over everything. You got to get someone who can meet you at least halfway. But that's all I have to say, you guys. Please like this video if you like. Don't forget to subscribe. And till next time, peace. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.